What are you looking for on Tinder or Hinge or Bumble or any other dating app that you're using? This is a question that I'm sure all of you have gotten at some point if you have used these dating apps and you are getting matches. If not, we'll get to a way to help with that, but today is all about how to answer what are you looking for.
So let's get this started.
Now, you might have heard a variation of this question, whether it's why are you here, what brings you to Hinge, what do you want from Tinder, or are you using Bumble for any particular reason? The point is, I'm making this video today because this question gets asked all the damn time. And look, if you're new to the channel, my name is Steve from dudehack.com and I'm an online dating coach for men. And at Dude Hack, we help men transform their dating lives. So if that's something that interests you, consider subscribing. And I bring that up because when I started Dude Hack about 7 years ago now, this was a question that was getting asked all the time, even then. And yes, it's good to be very honest on dating apps and definitely explicitly state what you are looking for, but there is a way to do it with some finesse to make sure that you're not scaring people off. So today we are going to run through a few different ways that you can answer this based on what you are actually looking for, whether that's something casual, a relationship, or you're not even really sure. Or on top of that, if you're open to basically anything and just kind of want to see where things go. The point is, having done this for a long time and having worked with thousands of people, I can tell you that there is definitely a proper way to answer this question. Also, very soon, we're going to run through why your matches actually are asking you this question, which is important to know before you do answer. And then we'll run through the reasons that they are probably using Tinder or whatever dating app you're on. Because knowing why women are using dating apps is definitely something that can help you answer this question. Now, first and foremost, why is your match asking you this? Now, the number one underlying reason usually is just to see if you align with what they are looking for. She probably has dealt with guys that don't exactly align with what she's looking for and, well, has wasted a lot of time.
Don't waste my time.
If she wants a serious relationship and hasn't asked this question, and then maybe a couple dates in or on that first date realizes that the guy's only looking for a hookup, she's wasted her time. Or on the flip side of that, if she is someone that is looking for something a little bit more casual and the guy is looking for a long-term serious relationship, then they won't align either. And again, she's wasted energy and time. So as annoying as this question might be to some of you, it is a way for her to clear out the air and make sure that she isn't wasting her time. So in a nutshell, she's asking this question to filter out the wrong kind of guys. Now look, as I said at the top of this video, honesty is the best policy. But with that being said, I do think it is best to remain slightly open to what you are looking for. What I mean by that is not being 100% set in stone by the way that you answer this question, because you could filter out some women that are open to certain things, but because you answered in such a concrete way, you scare them off. For example, there is plenty of research out there to show that women are open to hookups, but a lot of them would never come right out and say that in what they're looking for. And if you just answer this question by saying, I want to hook up, or I want a friends with benefits situation, or just something casual, you're gonna scare off a lot of women.
I'm out.
So you need a little bit more finesse in how you answer this question, and we're gonna get into that right now. First, let's talk about the one way that you should not answer this question. And to be honest, when guys come to me with the question of what went wrong when they're answering this question and the conversation fizzles out, this is usually the way that they answer. And to me, the main place that this type of answer is annoying is because it doesn't show any thought. It's like the guy doesn't want to commit to one sort of answer in the fear that it's going to scare his match off. So some of those examples will be when they say something like, oh, I'm just curious, or I'm not too sure, I just was a little bit bored and signed up. On top of that, answering something so concretely like, I just want a hookup. Or on the other side of the spectrum, coming right out and saying, I am looking for a relationship. Those are two ways to also scare off your match, because unless your match is explicitly 100% only looking for a relationship and they want it now, they're probably going to get a little bit freaked out that that is the only thing that you're looking for. Being a little bit more open-minded, a little bit more casual about it is always the better way to go, regardless of what you're looking for. And being too on the fence and being like, lol, I'm not sure, is the wrong way to answer if you are actually on the fence and you're open to things, or you're not actually totally sure. So let's get into the better ways to answer the question based on what you're looking for. So first, let's talk about if you are actually looking for a relationship or just something a bit more serious. Again, remember, we want to be honest, but we also want to remain slightly open-minded. Now, coming up on the screen here, you're going to see an example of the way that I feel is the best way to answer this question and has worked for hundreds of my clients. Well, look, the main reason is just to meet some cool people and catch up and see where things go. I'm not strictly just searching for my next girlfriend, but I'm not opposed to the idea of meeting someone that leads to something serious from Tinder. So as you can see with the way that we've answered that question, we're not coming across as like overly smothering or anything, but we are also stating that we are really open to the idea of meeting someone long-term. We're not being so set in stone and saying, I want a relationship. You're remaining cool and calm and a little bit laid back, but you're still also stating that you're open to something a bit more serious. Nobody's going to get this response and think that you are just looking for a hookup. But on the flip side, if there's someone who's open to a relationship, but they themselves aren't totally sure yet, are sort of figuring things out, then you still will get a positive response with those kinds of people. Next, let's talk about how you should answer this if you are looking for a hookup. But first, just a very quick word from today's sponsor. So just a very short break for today's sponsor, and today's sponsor is me. Now the channel is supported 100% by just myself. We don't have any external sponsors. With that being said, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, which is Hook Her Heart. I've developed this groundbreaking new course which teaches you everything you would need to know about online dating from A to Z. It's called Hook Her Heart, the modern gentleman's guide to attracting, entertaining, and retaining high quality women. In my new jam-packed 5-module course, I'll walk you through some of the most vital concepts like how to build a good physique, exactly what to eat, whether you want to lean up or gain some muscle, my methodology for upgrading your look from grooming to a whole wardrobe transformation, a fresh overhaul to an attractive, intriguing dating profile, my exact process for optimizing your pictures to get way more matches, my best openers that get interested responses from women, live breakdowns of magnetic conversations, my core methodologies, and the 6 pillars of conversation, what to do on the date to give her an amazing experience, and the smoothest, most natural way to escalate towards your end goal, plus so much more inside the course, and 3 awesome bonuses that you'll get for free if you sign up before my special introductory price expires. So if you are serious about transforming your dating life and you want to learn literally everything you would ever need to, well then click the link down in the description below so you can get the special introductory price offer that's not going to be available for long. Now that's it for today's sponsor. Back to the video. Okay, so how should you answer this question if you are looking for something a bit more casual, a hookup, a friends with benefits type situation? So again, you don't want to scare off the majority of women that would be open to this sort of arrangement, but would never come right out or say it, or would be scared off if you said it. Yes, there might be a small handful of women that would like your honesty, but seriously, the amount that would be scared away far outweighs that minority. So look, let's get into it. This is a way that has worked for me and many of my clients to answer this question. My girlfriend may not like this, but back in the day when I was traveling, this was always the best way to answer this question, and I would get some really positive responses from it. So I guess I don't know the exact answer to that question. I guess it's not for anything too specific, and I'm open to just meeting some cool people. I'm probably not looking for anything too serious, but I'm also not just desperately searching for a hookup. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with meeting up with someone for that, but I wouldn't say that's the only reason I'm here. Now, again, the way that we answered that has made it very clear that we are 100% open to a hookup or something a bit more casual. By also saying that last line and saying, look, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not the only reason I'm here. By saying the only reason is stating that obviously you are open to that. And also you just come across as super casual and laid back and just like being like, hey, look, it's 2023. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, this is also a great way to gauge what your match thinks of this by the way that she responds. If she's like, yeah, I agree, there's nothing wrong with that. Or she's like, yeah, look, I think I'm actually in a pretty similar boat, which trust me, happens probably most of the time when you do respond in this way, then it is a good sign and she is probably open to the same thing. But if you just came right out and you're like, yeah, I just want to hook up, it's gonna probably freak her out and just probably gonna stop responding. But again, if you haven't picked up by now, we're just being a little bit slightly ambiguous. We are remaining very open-minded and we're not being so set in stone with what we want. Moving on to how you answer this if you're not entirely sure what you want or you are just open to really anything. Now look, this one's going to be pretty similar to the other two, but it's just going to have a slight spin on it. Look, to be honest, I'm not completely sure. I did download it mainly out of curiosity. I'm not just on here for a hookup or searching for my next girlfriend, but don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with either of those things. But the main reason I'm on here is just to meet some cool people with no expectations and see where things go. Cool, calm, collected, And when I have used this response, or any of my clients have, it's never got a negative response. It doesn't put you in any set category of what you are looking for, but it shows that you are open to whatever, just want to sort of see where the waters take you. Now look, there is one other way that I think that you can go about answering this, but I do think it is better to answer in one of those three ways that we did just say. But if you really want, you can answer in a jokey, silly way. Now, this will usually be good if you answer in this jokey way, but then follow it up with the actual serious reason that you are there. But nonetheless, if your conversation has been quite jokey and funny at this point, I mean, in one of our recent videos, we do tell you actually how to have really funny, good conversations, how to have good conversations on Hinge. If you're following everything in that video, then your conversations would be pretty funny and quite bantery back and forth. So you could come out with a reason like what we're about to go through before you get into the real reason. So again, I would only reserve this if you had been already having a very back and forth bantery type conversation. If not, this might come out of left field and be a bit weird, but regardless, look, this is a way that you can answer it. So look, some examples could be, actually, I'm looking for my mum. She went out to get some milk, but that was about 15 years ago. Or, I'm looking for crypto trading tips. Have you got any? Or lastly, I'm doing research for a video about how to reply, what are you looking for on Tinder? But maybe I'll get a date while I'm at it. Honestly, having fun like this can just be a good thing to bring out when things are getting a little bit serious, especially if she is asking a question like this. Sometimes it would be good to lighten the mood. And that is something that we do go over in a lot of detail in Hook Her Heart, which, just a reminder, is our video course, which does teach you how to have these really bantery, funny conversations. And again, a reminder, the link is just down in the description. But I do think one of the three earlier ways, based on what you are looking for, is the better way to go about answering this question. And look, when it comes to actually what your match is looking for on Tinder or Hinge or Bumble or whatever dating app, the answers do completely range. I do think if she's come out and asked you this question and you've answered in one of these ways, then it is absolutely normal to respond and ask her what her reasoning is. But based on the data, there are so many different reasons of what they'll say that they're looking for, but a lot of the time they may not even admit it themselves, the real reason they're looking, or at least the reasons that they're open to. Like I alluded to earlier, there are plenty of women on these dating apps that are 100% open to something casual or a little bit of a fling, but would never come right out and say it. So even on that note, some of the data, some of the research out there might not be exactly gospel. But with that being said, you might want to actually watch a video on why women do use Tinder or any dating app. And look, if you're not actually getting enough matches to have even been asked this question, then I do highly suggest you take a free quiz down below where you can upload your dating profile, run through a series of questions, and myself and my team at Dude Hack will assess those and give you some personalized feedback. That will be the quickest way to make some improvements to your profile straight away. But if you just want to skip ahead to the elite, then I do suggest you check out Hook Her Heart in the description below. Hook Her Heart will not only help you get all the matches by drastically improving your photos, your profile, your bio, your prompts, but teach you how to open up the conversation effectively and then how to have really good conversations after the fact that does lead to dates. And any of these silly questions that do come up when it comes to online dating, it'll teach you how to properly answer those effectively as well. So check out Hook Her Heart down below. There is an introductory price offer going at the moment that's not going to last for long. If you have liked the video today, then go ahead and press the thumbs up button and consider subscribing. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later.